What's up, everybody? I made some roasted fingerling potatoes and I'm going to walk you through what I did. And this is what you're going to need to make the perfect roast potatoes. It is going to start with some water. You're going to be boiling your potatoes first, and then of course you're going to be roasting them on your baking sheet with some olive oil. Other than that equipment, I have knife, cutting board, and some tongs. The equipment, super simple. I'm going to be using some safflower oil, neutral flavored with a high smoke point, salt, pepper, rosemary, thyme, and then of course my potatoes themselves. So I'm going to walk you through roasting this next. So the very first thing that you want to do to get some really great roasted crispy potatoes is you're going to be boiling your potatoes first. So go ahead and get them into your water and bring this up to a nice boil so that you can get those tender. The reason you want to do this is because once you put them into the oven, that's going to allow the outsides to crisp up before the inside gets overcooked. So doing this step first means that you get some really great crispy potatoes in the end. So I'm going to walk you through all of the steps to make these as we go. With the potatoes and water now boiling, I'm going to take this opportunity to go ahead and preheat my oven to 425 degrees. Once that is done preheating, and after about 10 minutes of boiling, I'm going to show you what you're going to want to do next. Alright, so at this point my oven is preheated and I want to see how cooked the potatoes are. So I'm just going to take my knife and push them in, and there's a little bit of resistance, which is good because I still need some time to prep my rosemary and thyme. I just want to take a little bit of my herbs and I'm going to go ahead and get them very finely chopped so that I can then toss it with my potatoes, and you're going to see that next. Alright, in the few minutes that I have been away, I have chopped my herbs very finely and my potatoes are done. So I want to go ahead and pull them out, and I'm going to just cut them in half before using this same pot to coat them in oil and all of my seasonings. If you can't find these red fingerling potatoes, don't worry, use any type of potato that you can find with this. All this video is trying to teach you is a technique for cooking your potatoes. So they are beautifully done, and I'm going to very carefully put them back into my pan. Then I just want to get them stirred around with all of my seasonings, as well as a little bit of my safflower oil. So make sure that you coat everything. Once you have got your potatoes coated in your oil and seasonings, I'm going to put them cut side down onto my aluminum foil lined baking sheet. This is going to allow that cut edge to get nice and crispy while the rest of the potato is also getting crispy, but the surface area of the cut side on that flat surface means that it is going to get evenly browned all the way. So these are going into my 425 degree oven for about 10 to 15 minutes before I flip them and let them go another 5 or 10 minutes. And you get to see what these look like when I am flipping them next. For about 10 minutes in the oven, I want to go ahead and flip them and then put them back into the oven for about another 10 or 15 minutes to finish roasting. After about 10 minutes, we're seeing a little bit of color on the edges. So I want to go ahead and just let this continue to roast for about another 5, maybe even 10 minutes, just until it is nice and brown all the way around. And that's how you make my fingerling potatoes. I really hope you try it. It's super crispy on the outside, nice and creamy on the inside. And for right now, just look at my face. You gotta make these.